Hello, dear students. Welcome to another lecture of English class. Even today, we would continue with the fifth chapter titled Toasted English. So, in our previous video lesson, we have seen why the Americans used the word English before muffins. Though muffins is made in America, but the reason behind using the word English before muffins, right? And we have also we have also learned what is known as the process of toasting and how the Americans kept the English language with them, though they threw the British out of the country, but they kept the language with them and they let it grow on the American soil. Now, this is what the modification of the language is called, right? This is what I mean by toasted English. The modification, the process of toasting is the modification of the language. The language is the same, English. The language that we are talking about is the same, okay? It's about English, but it is modified. It is used differently in British and differently in America. Why? Because the Americans have changed their language according to themselves. They made it simpler. So let's continue with today's lesson. Last line, okay, from the starting of the from the last line. One noticeable result of this toasting is that much of the formalism surrounding the use of English has been abandoned. Now here, R.K. Narayan says one change that is very noticeable, okay, noticeable, or we can say a change which can be clearly noticed, okay, a change which can be clearly noticed in the American language is that much of the formalism surrounding the use of English has been abandoned. Now here, abandoned means removed, stopped using, okay, or we can say stopped using. Abandoned means the formalism, the formalism in the use of English language has been stopped using by the Americans. So the people have stopped using the formal type of language but have made it very simple. There is no formalism in their language. Now, he is giving us Arkin, okay, so like here, R.K. Narayan, he is giving us example of how toasting of the language has taken place. He says, okay, I'm reading from the textbook. In America, they have freed the language from the stifling tyranny of the passive voice. Now here, R.K. Narayan, here he is giving us example of how toasting of the English language has taken place. He says that in America, the language have been freed, okay, they have freed the language from the stifling tyranny. Now here, stifling means something that suffocates you. Stifling means, okay, something that stifles you. Now the meaning of stifle is suffocating, okay, where you feel uneasy, where you feel not free. So the language has been freed from stifling tyranny. So suffocating tyranny means dominance, okay, dominating over something, okay, or authority, okay. So what have the people done to the language? So what have the people done to the language? The people have made the English language free, right? This is what they have done. And how they have done this? By taking away the usage of passive voice from it. That is, the use of the passive voice has been taken away, okay, has been taken away from the English language. Now, when we use passive voice in the English language, the language becomes a little complicated, or we can say difficult. And how? How does it become complicated? Because the rules are to be kept in mind. So, because of that, it gets a little complicated. So the writer tells us this tyranny or dominance or control that passive voice has over the English language has been taken from it, and in America, English has become free, okay, very liberal, free from this passive voice.